we were going to talk about the childhood activity, yeah? Okay, let me get to that slide here. Outdoor activity.
When I was in the third grade in my primary school, I was chosen to be a member of my school marching band. Even though I was quite interested in circus at that time, but due to my tiny body shape, I was eventually allocated to the drum team. I had a very small red drum with 2 sticks, and which I usually tied in my waist at that time. And I still remember that we practiced our national song. After practicing national song for like 7 or 8 months, we took part in a municipal competition on behalf of our school in the end. And the reason why I chose this activity as the most interesting one during my primary school is that, as for me, a 9-year-old girl at that time, it was my first time to learn an instrument, and it's also my first time to participate in such large scale competition. So it's quite fresh for me, and I was extremely excited about this competition and learn how to play an instrument. But it's also very hard. It was also very hard for a primary school student to systematically learn how to play a drum. But eventually, I made it. I learned how to play that drum, and our team, our band, was got a very good grade at that competition. Like in the end of the year, if I didn't remember it wrong. I think this was quite a very I think it was very exciting and unforgettable memory for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right, let me double check my note real quick before I send it here. All right, and timing wise, you're at just a little over 2 minutes, about 2 minutes and 20 seconds, which is just fine for while we're practicing. Okay, so now that you're through that response, how do you feel about your response? What's your impression?
Not very good, because I paused many times, and during my speaking I got conscious of my mistakes and I changed it instantly, but I think maybe it's better not to do that. And yeah, and I think also
you were really self-conscious about your self-corrections. Yeah, you know what I mean by, okay.
Yeah.
And then you mentioned that you didn't think it was a good idea to correct yourself.
Yeah.
This is a common misconception about IELTS. You know what I mean?
So you mean I can change my words instantly?
Absolutely, and it's a good idea if you do. Because it's better to correct yourself than to be wrong, and then the examiner thinks, oh, she doesn't know how to say that. Oh, that was a grammar mistake. Oh, now her sentence is incorrect, or I don't understand what she's talking about. It's better to correct yourself than to confuse people and make it look like you don't know the grammar.
Okay.
So it's okay to correct yourself, but you need some phrases to do that. Like, you could say, I mean, blah, 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 or I meant to say.
But if I said something wrong with the tense, like I should say I went to some place, but I said I go, and instantly I change it to I went. Is that also need? I mean, I don't need.
Yes, it becomes confusing. Let's think about an example of, let's say, I go to school. Okay, if I'm speaking this, I go to school. I went to school. Or if I say, went to school,
Mm-hmm.
it's confusing for the listener because the listener doesn't know, are you correcting yourself or are you trying to use two words there? Because we don't want to say I went. Instead, you could say I went to school.
Oh, okay.
I go to school. Oh, I meant to say I went to school. That's fine. That's natural. Both of these phrases are what native speakers will naturally do. Oh, I meant to say. That's okay to do in this test. Of course, you don't want to do this every sentence. That would be bad.
Yes,
to get a high score, self-corrections need to be limited, but it's okay to make them. It's better to correct than just be wrong.
Okay.
Or confusing. Okay.